Good evening. Oh, I'm very lazy, that's why I want this chair. Actually, this is not a concert, please. This is a group of friends who love jazz, who get together during the Christmas season and seeing as I've had the privilege, God loves me, of meeting. I mean, I've been singing and working in the jazz field for almost 30 years. So I've had the privilege of meeting and making friends and really getting to know a few of the most important people in jazz history. In fact, I am considering, when I stop long enough, to put down my memoirs, which means I'm really getting old. And because these people are special people, and I think that the jazz lovers would like to know, should know, what they really are like. I mean, the greatest, to me, the greatest jazz musician that the world has ever had is Duke Ellington. And this I can say knowing that someone else thinks the same way, because one evening in Milan, he was holding a concert, and we were in the intermission, we were in his dressing room, and someone knocks on the door, and I go and open, and there is Herbert von Karajan. And I say, he's also very handsome. So I say, yes, and he says, may I pay my homage to Edward? And in he came, and they embraced, and I enjoyed them. And I thought to myself, all those European, especially, classic music critics who look down on jazz, and I thought, if one of them had been here to see von Karajan come in and pay homage to Edward, Uncle Eddie. Anyway, I met Uncle Eddie under very, very pleasant circumstances about 25 years ago, when some of you weren't even born yet. And there was this wonderful Antibes Juan Lapin jazz festival on the French Riviera, which lasted 1 week and was produced by CBS when CBS was producing. And we had wonderful artists there, from Miles to Ellington, everybody. And every year, from the kindness of their heart, the organizers, French, would choose 2 well-known American singers and 1 European. And one year it happened to me. I was the European singer chosen, and the other 2 were Anita O'Day and Ella Fitzgerald, which was some competition. But I have always been very ready to jump in high water. Why not? At the worst, I think. And so one evening, I had already sung, and the next evening was Duke Ellington's turn. And there is one tune which is not very well known, but which to me is one of the most beautiful ballads that have ever been written. And it's played by, it was played by, to me it's so difficult to speak in the past tense of people like Ellington and Johnny Hodges and all the great musicians. I mean, they're right there. So it's usually played by Johnny Hodges. It's from the suite, Such Sweet Thunder, which Ellington had written for the Stratford-on-Avon Festival, American Stratford-on-Avon, many years ago. And this was the Romeo and Juliet theme. And Johnny Hodges played it in a way, in fact, the other evening, Seth was putting it on the air, we were in there listening, and both of us went, because really Hodges has that sound that goes, it's like someone caressing you down your back. And it's, anyway, I'm there walking, and I see Johnny Hodges. So I go over and I say, Mr. Hodges, there is one tune that I adore. I wonder, you haven't been playing it for some time, but I wonder, Star-Crossed Lovers. And he looks at me sleepily, as he always did. And he said, Star-Crossed Lovers, yeah, He grabs my hand and, come with me. And he opens the door because this was in the open air, and there were these wooden bungalows which were used as dressing rooms, and he throws me in, and he says, first look at her, and then, this was 25 years ago, and then see if you'll say no. And there was Ellington. There was Ellington with his bare feet, as he always was the moment he was away from the stage, because he had very tender feet. Bare feet with a cushion that was always carried. He was really the Duke. And he had a net to keep his hair down properly. He had a net, and he had a blue and white kimono, and beautiful legs, I'll tell you. Blue and white kimono, and he was lying down like this, waiting for his turn to go on. And he really has a thing about suffering from his feet. He has a thing about shoes. So he turned around and looked at me from my head to my sandals. He looked at them and he said, you come from Italy. And I said, yes. And he said, nice sandals. And I was very lucky. Because he said, nice sandals. Then, ignoring me totally, he says, what is it she wants? And so Hodges says, well, she likes Star-Crossed Lovers, she wants me to play it for her, and I want to play for her. So Ellington says, but it's not in the book anymore. We don't even have the music with us. And so Hodges says, well, so what? So Ellington looks at me again with the shoes, and says, where do they come from? I say, Capri. Nice. Well, go and ask Norman Granz. If he says, okay, okay. So Hodges grabs me again, and out we go looking for Norman Granz. I don't know if you've ever seen Norman Granz with his eyebrows like that. And always in a bad temper. So we go to Norman Granz, and I say, So Hodges says, Star-Crossed Lovers, and Ellington says that it's okay with him if it's okay with you. So Granz says, well, if Ellington says it's okay, who am I to say no? So, and then Johnny Hodges starts really cackling, you know. And I look at him, and he says, the guys, they're going to be, they don't know what's coming. So I climb on the side. This was an open air thing. I climb on the side, perching like the paddock, next to the French television operator. We were friends. And he says, what are you doing here? And I say, they want to play something for me. Oh. And I say, wait. And I wait. And they play, and they play, and they play, and they play, and that's the end of the program. And I say, ah. And then Ellington goes to the microphone. I don't know how he got all the information, but he says, we have a request from Egypt, which is where I was born, via Rome, which was where I was living, for Johnny Hodges to play Star-Crossed Lovers. So for Lilian Terry, I had never been introduced to him properly with my name. I was just her with the sandals. For Lilian Terry, here is Star-Crossed Lovers. And you should have seen the face of all the musicians. Cat Anderson, everybody went, huh? So Hodges got up, hooked his microphone, no, his saxophone, went to the microphone, turned it. I was sitting on the side, and turned it facing me, and Ellington started, and he played it. I could almost have fallen off my perch. And the French operator said, oh, After that, I mean, I was very important in the eyes of the French television. Anyway, this song was played over and over again through the years when Ellington would come to Europe, and usually he would send me his tour, because I became part of the family. I was adopted by Mercer, Evelyn, who was then Mercer's wife, everybody. And they would always play it when I would join them anywhere in Europe during the concert. In fact, the guys would see me arrive, and Russell Prokop would say, "Ha, star-crossed lovers, huh?" And I would say, "Ah." And, but the next thing, the most wonderful thing, was that those were the last years when Billy Strayhorn was around. And of course, he was there that night at Ellington. And I said to him, "Really, you know, this is a tune that affects me incredibly. It's a pity that it doesn't have any words." So he looked at me and he said, "You'd like to sing it?" And I said, "Yes. Give me your address. I'll send the words to you." And I thought, but why not? I'll try. So here is my address. And a few weeks later, I got the words. The lyrics from Billy Strayhorn. In fact, I am the only singer who sings. Well, actually, no, because then a few years ago, I made the record, of which there are very few CDs on sale tonight, because my son is a businessman and he took them away from me. And I mean, now that it's on the record, of course, any singer can take them and sing them, and I won't be the only one. Anyway, I think I may as well sing it now. I sing it thinking of Johnny Hodges and remembering Johnny Hodges' solo. So if you hear me doing funny things with voice, it's because I'm trying desperately to sound like his saxophone. Lover boy, you with a smile, come spend a while with poor little me. Lover boy, you standing there, won't you come share my eternity? You could make me the glad one I long to be, instead of the sad one that you see. Let me live for a while. Won't you give just a smile? Lover boy, you with the eyes, won't you surprise me? Some fine
Thank you.